Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. We have some pretty crazy news for you regarding the Super Dragon Ball Heroes celebration. We're on DbsHype's Twitter, so I will leave his link in the description down below. And also we're going on Goresh's Twitter as well, the absolute Homie Goresh. So I'll also leave his link in the description down below if you want to check those guys out or drop them a follow. But we have some V-Jump scans, and we have some pretty crazy information. So we know the final two units that will be summonable on the crossover banner being the Golden Metal Cooler, and I've come to learn this is Janemba reconstructed. If that's hype, you're going to have to let me know down in the comments because I'm not overly too sure. We have easy areas coming for the free-to-play Super Dragon Ball Heroes units. We have EZAs coming for the summonable units. And as you can see here, there's SSJ3, Xeno, Goku, and Vegeta, Combo, and Fu. And we are getting a Super Dragon Ball Heroes themed Red Zone stage, which I think is pretty crazy. So in terms of the lineup for the summonable units, as I said before, I don't really know too much that goes on in Super Dragon Ball Heroes, apart from these two being pretty hype. I mean, SSJ4s are always hype. I know he's voiced by Dio. It seems to me that the 200% lead of Wicked Bloodline, and if he's also on LR Final Form Cooler's 200% lead of Terrifying Conquerors and Transformation Boost, which I don't think he may be on. I know at one point Cooler was kind of good for a bit in Super Dragon Ball Heroes with Trunks, so maybe he won't be on there, but if he is, that also 200% lead just stays winning, especially if he's very good. And as I said, you're gonna have to let me know down in the comments if Janemba reconstructed is a hype thing to have. I mean, he looks cool. Janemba's always a cool unit in general, just a cool character. So, but you're gonna have to let me know. But as a lineup for the summonable units, this looks pretty good to me. As someone who has very limited knowledge about all of this from Super Dragon Ball Heroes, this looks pretty hype. This looks pretty hype. And considering we're getting a Super Dragon Ball Heroes Red Zone stage, maybe, just maybe, we're going to be getting an LR, potentially. I don't know where from, or maybe there's one more summonable unit they haven't shown yet, and that could be an LR, but maybe we could get one. But yeah, I think it's pretty dope that the free-to-play Super Dragon Ball Heroes units are getting easy areas. As you can see, Arms down there, Kumba, Great Saiyaman 4, I can't remember this guy's name. I'm pretty sure she's called Poutine, and if I remember rightly, she was actually very good when she first came out. So, considering she's getting easy A through an easy area, she could be one of the better free-to-play units in the game. We can only see these guys on here for the time being, but if they're following the same pattern which they did when they first started easying Super Dragon Ball Heroes units, I mean, you're probably going to get easy A's for, was it Dark Mask Saiyan or Black Mask Saiyan? Whichever one it is, and then of course, you have Dark Mask King or Black Mask King as well. We've already gone through all of those. So basically, the second year of Super Dragon Ball Heroes, the summonable units, all of them guys should be getting easy A's, which was the units that came out with the SSJ3 Goku and Vegeta. So they should be getting easy A's. On one of Goresh's posts of the full breakdown, it says 4 other undisclosed characters. So it should be all of the summonable units that came out with both the SSJ3 Xeno characters. But yeah, a Super Dragon Ball Heroes Red Zone stage, which is very interesting to me, because I did say one thing with Super Dragon Ball Heroes is the units are always cool, it's a great novelty, you know, the banner only has Super Dragon Ball Heroes units featured, you know, it's a pretty hype time in Dokkan because it's such a novelty. But a lot of the time, the longevity of the units, they don't last that long. Like, they're good for a very short period of time, and some of them last a little bit longer, but you don't really find yourself using them too often after, you know, the first couple months. So maybe now that we're getting Super Dragon Ball Heroes stage, and you know, with every new Red Zone stage come missions, maybe there may be some Super Dragon Ball Heroes themed missions. And considering Super Dragon Ball Heroes is only around once a year, and you only have this time of year to summon for them, maybe we'll get those extra missions themed around the Super Dragon Ball Heroes Red Zone stage, kind of like what we got for the movie edition and GT edition. Maybe we'll get them immediately, maybe not. But potentially there may be a Super Dragon Ball Heroes themed mission where you use Super Dragon Ball Heroes characters. And if that's the case, and considering, you know, we know Red Zone to be one of the hardest events in the entire game, you know, look at Broly, Cooler Core, slightly a Mega Shenron nowadays, maybe these guys are going to have some incredible longevity and be usable for like almost, if not the entire year, until the next Super Dragon Ball Heroes celebration. So maybe they're going to be up there as some of the better units in the game, especially if they are competing in Red Zone. I mean, depending on how they make the Super Dragon Ball Heroes Red Zone, if they're going to make it incredibly difficult or not, and what missions are coming with it, I said maybe these guys are going to have some incredible longevity this year, which I'm all here for. And if there are themed missions around using Super Dragon Ball Heroes units, maybe instead of saving, your boy's going to have to dip in and try summon for some of these guys. I'm not going to lie. And then another thing that gets me kind of hyped is typically once you finish those missions, you know, beat the red zone stages, you know, clear the certain missions, you get red zone tickets. So that means with this one, we should be getting Super Dragon Ball Heroes themed red zone tickets to summon on a Super Dragon Ball Heroes themed red zone banner, or at least you would hope so. So if they do that, that means we should have another banner, potentially not completely up to date. I wonder how far they'll go with it. We should have a Super Dragon Ball Heroes themed red zone banner for you to summon on for free with red zone tickets, which is also very, very cool. So anytime you've skipped any units you've missed, you could pick up potentially with those red zone tickets, and hopefully that will be the case. And then we have Lag, so of course is the free-to-play unit that's coming this year. She's going to be getting a Dokkan Awakening. Not going to lie, know absolutely nothing about her. But that is everything that is coming, or we know is currently coming from the V-Jump leaks or the V-Jump scans. And I have to say, I'm incredibly hyped. As I said, your boy may have to dip in and summon for a few of these guys, especially if there's going to be a Red Zone themed Super Dragon Ball Heroes or Super Dragon Ball Heroes Red Zone. Now on Goresh's Twitter, again, I will leave the link in the description down below for both of those. And this is everything broken down. So we have the new summonable characters, which of course we already knew, which is the two super full power SSJ4 Limits Broken Goku and Vegeta, Super Hearts Golden Metacooler and Janemba Reconstructed, new free character available from the special event, the Universal Conflict Saga, who could be Dokkan Awakening, which is Lags, and then the following characters can be EZA'd through Dragon Ball Heroes Extreme Sea Area event, which of course are all the free-to-play units. As I said, Poutine is Poutine, I was right. Poutine, when she initially released last year, was very, very good. So her EZA should make her incredibly, incredibly good. I can't wait to see what they do with her. I can't wait to see what they do with all of them. Especially because these guys haven't really been usable for years. But especially her because of how good she was initially on release. And then the final piece of information, as I've already shown, the following characters can be EZA'd through the Dragon Ball Heroes Extreme Z Battle. We already know currently from the little kind of like artwork advertisement, SSJ3 Goku and Vegeta Xeno are getting EZAs, so is Kumba, so is Fu, and there are 4 other undisclosed characters, which, as I said, we've already gone through this. It should be the 4 other characters which were featured on the Super Dragon Ball Heroes Summon banner the second year that we had the crossover celebration. So you're looking at, as I said, the Dark Mask King or Dark Mask Saiyan and Black Mask Saiyan or Black Mask King, whichever way around it is, and I can't remember off the top of my head, but whoever came out with them should be also getting EZA'd as well. Actually, which is also the Supreme Kai of Time, and off the top of my head, I cannot remember the other one. So it should be those 3 and 1 other ones. But as I said, if you go on the Dokkan Battle Wiki and go to the second year that we had the Super Dragon Ball Heroes crossover celebration, and you look at the banner, all those guys should be getting EZAs. I think it may be a version of Demigra. And then there will be a Super Dragon Ball Heroes Ultimate Red Zone event where you can get a limited title for defeating the enemies. So we can get a cool title for defeating it as well. So yeah, I think all of that is sick, especially the Red Zone stage. As I said, it may increase the longevity for the new summonable units and potentially also the Super Dragon Ball Heroes EZAs as well. If there are going to be Super Dragon Ball Heroes themed missions around using those units as well, it does look like they may have increased longevity and maybe a little bit more usable after the first few months, and maybe a little bit longer than that. Maybe they will be some of the better units in the game. Hopefully they are. Do let me know anything down in the comments. Are you excited? Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video, guys, and peace.